Traditionally, of course, there are 6 trumpeters for representing the 6 finalists. And you can see just how many people have packed it. It is worth it to sample Derby night from the restaurant. If you've never been to a Greyhound Derby, then do yourself a favour and get down here next year. It's a terrific night. If you want to sit in the restaurant, though, you better pick up the phone and book on Monday morning, because that's the only way you'll get a ticket. While we've got a slight lull, it just reminds me to mention greyhounds as pets, because they do make smashing pets. They're very friendly, amicable animals, and if you are interested in adopting a retired greyhound, then contact Wimbledon Stadium here or the Retired Greyhound Trust. They do so much to place retired racing dogs. Okay, let's have a look at some of these dogs in a bit more detail then. On the right-hand side of your screen is trap 1, and that is Glengar Ranger, who landed one of the biggest gambles ever known in the sport when he collected around £250,000 in winning bets when this dog landed the laurels last year. If he leads at the first bend, he'll certainly take all the catching, and if he takes after his trainer, who played amateur football for England, then he'll certainly be able to stand the pressure. A bit earlier on, I asked Jim Fletcher if he was satisfied with second place in the semi-final.
I was quite happy with him, because in the previous round, 4 times won John Stock, Windsor Abbey. Windsor Abbey was a distance behind after he took the knock, after he hit the first bend, and I thought up the back straight he would catch us. But I've only got beat a short head. I took a bump on the bend, and hoping that John Stock is a bit more time, a couple of dogs behind, like, you know, in this round.
Jim Fletcher there, that's trap 1, Glengar Ranger. Dogs being walked around the back straight at the moment. Let's have a look at trap 2 then, Gentle Warning. Blue Jacket, of course, and interestingly, switched from a wide runner to a railer, this one, after the qualifiers. And this has, it's got a tendency to run down the middle, and that could make things exciting if he gets a fast start. If he does win, he'll be the most northerly trained winner since I'm Slippy 9 years ago. Well, the dogs, as you see, are about to be loaded up. What we're going to do is dash down to the ring and seeing if there's been any late money, and the man to tell us is RT.
Thanks very much indeed, Trevor. No, it's been a bit quiet here. All the punters have lumped on early. The only one that's the danger that Tony Morris is a bit feared of, as a couple of Irishmen have slipped in and have had 6 monkeys 2 or 3 times, so while us there. But the Jolly, Trevor, is solid at 5-4. Hello, the board's gone off. There's a run gone in. Everybody's running around. Boards have been wiped out here. But the latest price was 6-4 Glengar Ranger, 6-1 Gentle Warning. Penny's Best, that's 50-1. That's a Holiday Inn anywhere in the world you like if you've got the air ticket and the money. Windsor Abbey, 9, that's now 8. Tony Morris has wiped everything off the board. He's taken enough. He can't get any more space on his clerk's sheet as it happens. So while I stare, as I say, that opened at 8 is now 6-1. Farloe Melody is the only other possible dog they've had it on, but I'm going to say that's Jolly anyway. That opened at 6-4. He got stampeded there. That's 5-4. If the cameras could pick up his joint, I'll turn it sideways like that. There's nothing on his book now. So there we are. I think it's all in the satchels. As far as I'm going, Farloe Melody, back to you.
Okay, no doubt you can hear the Derby roar behind me. He's pronouncing the 5-dog Soir le Stare. Sounds a bit French, but it is apparently Shush Talor. Hope we're not confusing you with those different pronunciations. The hare's going to be running any second. Here we go then, the 1992 Mirror Life Greyhound Derby. Look for 1 and 6. They are supposed to be the ones who are going to get out. Away they go, and Glengar Ranger a bit slow out, and it's let Gentle Warning in 2 steal it, with Penny's Best on the outside and swashed at Shistalor. And it's Shistalor now who's gone to the front from Farloe Melody. Now can Farloe pick him up on the back straight? Shistalor half a length clear from Farloe Melody. Penny's Best running one of the best races of his life in 3rd, but now Farloe Melody's in top gear, and you won't see this being caught. Farloe Melody storms to the line. It's an Irish winner. Farloe Melody wins the Derby. Close for 2nd. Windsor Abbey, I think, just got up to fit Glengar Ranger, but there's no doubt about the winner. Farloe Melody, the one so many have fancied, has landed this Daily Mirror Sporting Life Derby and made it look very, very easy indeed. They're chanting easy behind me, and really, that's the only word to describe it. Confirmation on your screen that Farloe Melody, trained by Matt O'Donnell, The Irish connection have stolen in again, and they've swiped the top prize. It really is uncanny, the number of Irish winners of this topic. We saw one last year with Ballanderry Ash. Sporting handshakes going on there amongst the kennel hands. But it's the trap six, Farloe Melody, who has won it, and what a tremendous performance. Really, once it picked up Shush-Talor down the back straight, there was only one winner. Let's have a look at it again with Richard Thomas.
Thanks very much indeed, Trevor. Great race. Look at the break here. 4 got left in the holes, but Sawala there, Joe McKenna's runner, was up there all the way. 1, 2 and 3 kept a pretty straight course, but watch for slight interference at this bend. 6, 2 bashed into 3, bashed into 5, which rebounded slightly into 6, but left Joe McKenna and Matt O'Donnell up in front. And as you know, Farloe Melody is a competition dog, stays 550, great back straight pace, got the measure of Sawala there. As they came off the last bend, class began to tell. Let's not forget, this dog broke 29 seconds in 4 consecutive runs. That is a feat in itself, but he's come off the last bend. The place has erupted. They've gone berserk. The anti-pose coups have been landed. Bookmakers will be jumping off of bridges tomorrow morning. Trevor, back to you, a great Matt O'Donnell victory.
So a tremendous victory, and there is the trophy presentation. That's Matt O'Donnell in the centre, being congratulated, and that's what it's all about. That is the cup, the most prestigious trophy in the whole world of greyhound racing. And thoroughly deserved for Farloe Melody, who has won this derby very, very convincingly. He's looking a bit modest, that winning dog there. That's the picture. There's Peter Dean there on the left-hand side helping to present the trophy. An absolutely wonderful training performance.
Well, there's a couple of happy guys there. There's 3 guys there, but there's only 2 owners there. To the right there is John Davis. There is John. Looks quite distraught, doesn't he? Tears are coming to his eyes. Won't say that on Monday when he goes around and draws a nice few quid off of John Humphries, a 40,000 to 1. And there's his mate Techner in the background there with a striped shirt. They're obviously off to the presentation. It's been a great, there's a nice picture of Matt there being congratulated all around. Everybody's congratulated him. A great victory. John took a gamble with his dog. He paid 10 grand after the first Easter Derby and got to hand it to him. Well done, John. He's backed himself up with his money. There's a great shot of Matt O'Donnell. Look, cheers all round. Matt's won a nice few quid. John's certainly had it off. There's Graham there. There's young Michael. Everybody there am I. Look, just going into Mike Raper, the new director of the GRA. Can you get him over, I'm saying, Michael, quickly? It's such a great night. Peter Dean on the right-hand side, just at my back there. He's getting ready to present the trophy. As you know, he plays Pete Beale of the EastEnders. There's a nice shot of Peter there. There's Clive Feltham and Jarvis is there. There's Peter, John Techner and his wife. There's the trophy. That's the one that everybody wants to get their hands on. Look at it. John Davis, Techner. Young Francis there with a dog, the Daily Mirror Sporting Life winner 1992. Don't drop the trophy, John. To his left is Roger Eastoe of the Daily Mirror. They're all there. It's really a great night here at Wimbledon. It's not been easy. I mean, to say there were 6 dogs in the final and they all had a great chance. But I think class told really in the end, to be quite honest. I mean, to say this dog is a rare species in actual fact. There he is, Farloe Melody, the only dog to break 29 seconds in 4 consecutive runs at Shelbourne Park in the Easter Cup. There's some lovely crowd scenes. Look, there's Matt walking around. And really, he's taking the plaudits of the crowd, and he rightly deserves it, this man. Won 2 Easter Cups, an Irish Derby, and last year was desperately unlucky with another toss. There's John saying, come on, get on the parade. It's a lovely sight. Look, kids are being carried around on the track. I should imagine that Bob Rowe's having a bit of a cardiac because they'll have to roll this track after everybody's walked round. Look at them putting their hands up, fists clenched. There's Graham Ellis supervising everything, but it's the natural thing to do. It's the lap of honour. Just pose for a few pictures. There's young Francis, there's Matt, John, there's Tickner. They're all in them. Take nothing away. They're entitled to their little bit of salutations, as I say. He says, there's Tickner saying to Matt, I didn't believe you could do it. Matt saying, you sure you got the anti-post voucher? You sure you've got the vouchers? but they're walking around, and believe me, the crowds are going berserk here. In excess of 11,000 people. What a nice sight. I think the gates were closed about 8:30. The official gate receipts was about 9,500, 10,000. But looking around, I'm sure there's a few jibbers, and I think it's nearer 11,000, Percy, but that's a nice picture. There they are leading the dog round the Derby winner. Matt O'Donnell there is a terrific trainer, one of the best in the game, Matt. There's about 6 or 7 of them are at the top of the echelon, but Graham Ellis there, the general manager, supervising everything. And look at the crowd. Look, they all want to shake Matt's hand. They all want to say hello, thanks a lot, because as you saw earlier in the tape, everybody I interviewed, or 75% of them, everybody said Farloe Melody. A couple of Gentlers and a couple of Glengars, but Farloe Melody was the one. And of course, this was the early anti-post market favourite. And he's always been up there, shrugged off all the other challengers. Didn't run particularly well in the first 3 or 4 rounds, but when he got to the semi-final, he's a competition dog. There's a nice picture of Bob Rose supervising. Lovely picture there of Matt O'Donnell. And who's that just behind, wants to shake his hands? Patsy Byrne. Bob's presented him with a hair. That's wonderful, that is. The actual hair that he won the Derby with. But there he is, Patsy Byrne, last year's Derby winning trainer, Ballandir Ash. What a nice gesture from Patsy to come down and shake Matt O'Donnell's hand. Lovely camaraderie in this business for dog racing.
Well, congratulations, Francis. Farloe Melody put up an excellent display, might I say, in the Derby final. First of all, on parade, how did you think he felt on parade in front of the